Are we expecting Chief Alfire?
No, he's on vacation.
Are we expecting Corey Shibley?
I was expecting him, but he is not here, so I don't know.
Is that, you still have the paperwork I gave you?
July board.
Yes, yeah.
It's in my office.
Okay, so the July board minutes, I reviewed them. They look good to me. Susan.
LLISA.
ARISSA? No else.
SS.
Mm-hmm.
Are we speaking in code?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm caught up.
Okay. I move to approve the July minutes.
Second.
Okay. All approved. It was a long one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so new business. Tell us about this loan proposal.
So LUM has given us a proposal for asking for funds to expand their homeless shelter. They're looking at adding 30 to 50 more beds, and they're asking for $300,000. We had set aside $340,000 for the purchase of a property. Given the cost of real estate plus ongoing maintenance and all of those costs, insurance, I would rather just partner with LUM.
Yeah.
They already run a shelter.
They know what they're doing.
Yep, and they will.
This is more beds than we could have ever done with one property, like with that amount of money. They know what they're doing.
You took the words
I
out of
agree
my
on all
mouth.
those points, but our target population has been families, and this will not meet the need of families.
You're right. LUM is not, the shelter's not set up for families. It's set up for individuals. I have asked Family Shelter if they have any plans to expand, and their response was, we are a shelter. The issue is housing. So no, we're not going to be expanding anytime soon because
I understand.
yeah.
But this is an opportunity, these extra beds, to make more space for then maybe other families in other areas, correct? Like that could happen.
That could be a possibility. Or
possibility.
if the board felt strongly, we could set money aside for the family shelter. I mean, they also need money, not necessarily for expansion, but for ongoing services.
Which is, it's something because they're asking for 300,000, maybe that 40,000 that we allocated could go towards that. I don't know. Because we already have that money we wanted to spend. Well, just because like looking at properties, it was it's impossible. They go so fast. Like,
Yeah, no,
And the appraisal.
there was one place I saw, but it was for $500,000.
well,
Those were apartments.
Apartments, yeah.
Yeah.
That thought, like, yeah.
And they were run down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm familiar with the property.
Yeah.
The inside they had rehab and they looked nice on the inside, but
You don't
outside,
know, yeah.
yeah.
well, the situation that Monica was providing hotel space
Correct.
for families.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And it can't do that. So it's so expensive that it's
Very much so.
cost prohibitive. Unfortunately, you're going to be in the situation where families will come in and there's nothing you can do. Now, I think you're exploring lots of different options for housing, but it seems to be there needs to be a think outside the box approach. I don't know if what you've seen, you've stopped providing hotels.
Unless it's an emergency. I had a situation with a family where their 9-year-old child died from an asthmatic attack, and they did not want to return to the home. Obviously that's where the child perished, so they did not want to go to back to the house. So they were already staying at a hotel. They asked me to pay for a few nights, and I did that.
Yeah.
I consider that an extenuating
Yeah.
circumstance.
Lund does not have families at all in there.
They're not set up. It's just a single floor.
But
So
they're
men,
expanding.
they're expanding. So in the proposal, I don't believe he talks about families. I mean, we
Have
can,
you brought that up?
I have
brought it up
not.
to Unkel,
yes.
and he said, we're not set up for that, but
Mhm.
to me, they have some,
We can certainly invite Wes, the director of LUM, and talk to him about what does this expansion look like? Will it
yeah, I think that
incorporate
would be totally
families?
appropriate.
Yeah, because
Oh, it's a good chunk of money for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. But
I
it's
can
not, I
imagine.
like it when we're able to talk about it as a board first before they come in, So
Sure.
I think this is appropriate. And I like this idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will invite him, if that's all right, to our next board meeting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a
We'll
I
sit
budget.
down with the budget, yeah.
It'll be a budget meeting, but
Yeah.
I can limit
figure it
him
out.
to 10 minutes or
Well,
yeah.
something.
And we met, have we met an extra time, I guess, just before this meeting?
And then we do have 2 meetings in September, one for the public budget meeting and the second one for the adoption meeting.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Okay. We can express our concerns.
Yeah. Okay. Next, the CIP resolution.
We have a resolution for the,
I have to take some notes.
Yes.
We're gonna have to-
okay.
Forgot about that.
You were saying.
Actually, can we ask that we table this CIP resolution? I think Rocky just,
I just handed her a tentative, based on the template that we received from the state. I've filled everything in, and right now we're looking at a negative balance to give anybody. It's no money is going out of the township, based on the CIP and the current budget itself, which is nice the way it flows through and then gives us an answer of how.
it's a template that the LGF finally got to us, but they
I remember
got,
they were waiting.
we were
a long
waiting.
time.
CIP resolution is, it's a template.
no, so there's a CIP template. That's what Rocky filled out with all the different budget categories. But in addition to the CIP, the board has to pass a resolution. Because the CIP template was handed to us late and Rocky just completed that CIP today. I don't have a resolution for you.
We'll move it to the next meeting. So that's the sign. Sorry.
Would
That's just
you-
We'll do it at the next meeting.
I know there's something else missing about that, and it's like, not the CIP, but we're gonna have to do a resolution also about.
Oh, reduction,
No, well, that's another issue, but,
excess levy.
no, that's another one. But it's the, oh gosh.
Additional.
No, no, none of those are true. When we do a CFA, we have this. I can't remember.
it's okay.
Okay.
I'll come back to it.
So the CIP resolution is tabled until.
The
which-
next September,
Which
September.
the budget, the public.
Just suddenly came back. When are we passing a resolution to create the extra fund?
What extra?
The new
Oh,
fund.
for
Isn't that
the
next month? Is that next month that we then give?
road funds
Yeah,
line item.
that's next month, right? And when does that go to the county?
I don't think it has to at this
Well, we
point.
have to pass a resolution to create the fund.
Correct,
I
but
can't
not,
remember when the deadline is.
we can find out.
Okay,
So we have to create a road fund.
yes. even if we put no money in it.
even if there's no money
We
in
got
it.
that 84 cents.
Thank you.
I have to find out when the
Yeah.
deadline is.
30%
Come on,
is
you're-
84 cents.
Listen,
Okay, let's research that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Food Finders Backpack Program Community Service Agreement.
Basically, I just rehashed last year's service agreement for
Okay.
food finders. Same amount of.
We just got to sign.
I think I signed it.
Yeah, you sign it and we just agree.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the same amount. I'm saying Miller School.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
So I would like food finders to show up again because
You want them to
I'm
show
not
up
pretty
again?
happy with food finders.
Is that all right?
Sure.
I can ask.
Why aren't you happy with them?
Because they don't respond to, because I think they're fiscally irresponsible. They passed up opportunities to have the people invest in putting solar on their building, which would save their budget year after year after year after year, thousands of dollars. And they ignored and would not even respond.
I can certainly extend an invitation to Kier.
Okay.
The
But it kind
director.
of looks like we're going to punish children
No,
because
no.
they didn't put solar on a building.
Well, no, that's not at all what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that if we're gonna give them the money, they can come to the meeting and talk to us,
About feeding children, not about solar.
both. And I
But
wanna
this
know,
money is
I wanna
for,
know
feeding
what's
children.
going into the backpacks, for one.
Okay.
Because, because we wanna make America healthy again.
I don't care what America does. I want to feed kids. That's all I care. I don't care if they're eating
No,
McDonald's or apples.
Well, I do.
I
care.
don't.
I care if they're eating, if they can be sent home with food that is healthier for them. I
I
think
just want
that
them
would be
fed.
positive
Cool. Okay. We don't have really time to have them back.
before we do this.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to have this done around the school year, beginning of the school year, but
They're gonna do it no matter what.
Hmm?
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna
They said that last time they were here.
I'm-
They're gonna do it no matter
I'm
what. We
fine
just
with
need the money.
funding it.
Okay.
I'm fine with funding it. And
just invite them.
I don't disagree with
I know.
feeding
I
children.
understand.
But if they want to feed children, they should make good financial decisions.
I get it. Just sometimes it's not just always an easy solution just to put solar panels on things. It costs money. Like we saw how much it costs. It's not always, they have a directive to feed people and they use that money to feed people. Sometimes
I
there's
have
just not extra.
Proposed
Maybe you should join their board.
fundraising for this
Yeah,
project.
you should join their board. Are you still on the board?
No, I stepped down
it looks like
too
they
many
got- Yeah, you
committees.
have, because you're on like a million boards,
Well,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I spoke to, on Kel, I spoke to a board member about it, and I spoke to Kier about it, and to me, that is financially negligent if you do not respond to a proposal
A funder.
that would put money in their budget year after year after year.
I can certainly extend the invitation and I'll sign the agreement and extend an invitation.
All right. Shelter verification form update.
Yes, so we use, and I'm gonna have Eric help me on this. So we use this shelter form. As part of our intake process, we ask that clients get their landlords to fill this out. I want you to pay attention to the bottom part. At the bottom, number 13, it asks, are you willing to accept a general purchase order from the township as shelter payment for this household and not evict your tenant during the 30-day period covered by township assistance? So we had an incident with BW Parks where they circled yes, but still evicted our client. So I asked Eric, hey, what recourse do we have here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been a possibility that you could go to court
Yeah.
and get relief from the court. Because this is darn close to an agreement, but I
Yeah.
would prefer if we're gonna go forward. And
Yeah.
I think the ship had already sailed on that one
Yeah.
anyway.
But get it more tightened down.
Just
like
a little more
yeah.
tightened, won't take much.
Yeah.
I think you always have a balance between putting something that looks onerous to one of these landlords and they go, we don't even want to participate then.
Yeah.
But going to the edge where we think the edge would be, and that would include making it clear that I understand that I am committed to this and that it's enforceable. I cannot evict because I am receiving this assistance
Yeah.
on their behalf. And two, if I do break that, then I will pay attorney fees for the enforcement.
Yeah.
Now, is that too much? Again, you got to judge that because I don't have any good way to judge that. I know there is a point where they feel like, it's not worth it. I don't want to have to walk into court and defend myself against a judgment. Now, the reality of it, and most of these guys are going to know, is where we are is small claims court, and the attorney fee is $200.
Yeah.
$200 since I was a still been $200 all those years. So they're hit with $1,000 attorney fee. Put an extra line or two in there, and I can draft that and get it to you for your approval. If that sounds like a good move.
I think
The
so.
only thing that I'm missing is sort of the timing here. Okay, so we get this filled out, and after it is filled out, we would fairly quickly thereafter, in most cases, pay the rent for 30 days, right?
Not
Give
yet.
me
They're
the timeline.
still,
Give me the timeline.
so this is part of the intake process when the applicant fills out an application and we give them a checklist of the paperwork that we need back. We also give them the shelter form and say, have your landlord fill this out, bring it back to us. At that point, once we get the shelter form and the documentation we asked for, we schedule an appointment, an interview. At that interview, that's when we determine whether or not the client qualifies for our assistance. Now, if the shelter form is in place, it's filled out, then we just send the landlord a purchase order saying this is the amount that we're going to cover. And then they sign the shelter form, send it back to us. I mean, sorry, not the shelter, the PO, the purchase order back to us, and then Rocky cuts them a check.
So the purchase order is just a standard purchase order? And we
Yeah.
are purchasing services from them in the form of rental,
Shelter, yeah, right.
or shelter.
Housing.
Yeah, a rental. But that does not, that purchase order does not involve anything that they are agreeing that they would repay if they evict.
No.
Does that make sense to put it into that or to put it into this?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could do it, but then that means you're doing a PO for just that, which is a separate PO. In other
Oh,
words, we're paying you something with the understanding that you will not evict. If you do, then guess what? You're going to pay us back. So it doesn't matter which paperwork it's in. I'm just wondering from paper flow and from the standpoint of getting more landlords involved in it so they don't shy away, is that better to put it in the PO?
maybe it is, because at that point, it's a promise to pay.
At that point, it's a promise to pay.
Yeah.
At this point, there isn't.
This is
But
just
we
kind of
need-
a form.
Yes, but we need this, because if they circle no, then we're not working with that
Oh, of
client.
course, ever.
Why
Yeah.
don't we
Yeah.
leave this one as is and then add the more legalistic thing to the
Purchase order.
And
Yeah.
my only question is, do you want to take, I don't know how many of these, how many were, supports like this would you have in a year?
In a year?
Well,
Well.
You fill out a form for
What's-
every.
Yes.
More, we're
How many
right.
would actually result in a PO?
200.
about 300, I think so far
Right,
this
so
year
it's a
we've done.
big chunk,
Yeah.
and it would be worth potentially changing a PO for just that purpose.
Yeah.
I was thinking if it was 30, because I really don't know.
No,
exactly.
no,
If
we
it
so
was
far
very
we've
many,
had
you would want
30.
to change a form for just that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could do it either way.
It would be,
I like your idea with the month, like
Yeah,
with
and
the
they've already promised.
Yes, so it's kind of
We
like
are
an
using
initial,
that. Yeah,
but then when they get the physical money, that's where it's a little bit more, this is some meat on it. Like if you take this
Yeah.
and you don't follow through, we're coming for you
Yeah.
for that and more.
and so the time frame, they are agreeing that they will not evict that tenant for the time covered by the
The rent,
payment.
yes, correct. The
They
rent
can
that we
evict
covered.
them the next.
Yeah, they can evict them the next
And they
month,
do.
and
And they do.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
But at least that gives that client an
the PO
opportunity, you know.
Does the PO say this is payment of rent for April 1st through April 30th, or does it have that on there?
it does not have the duration,
That
no.
probably should be on there though, right? Like,
Could, it'd be more helpful.
because then we have like
Because then
physical
we have the
dates.
fixed dates to say,
like,
Judge, they evicted
Yeah,
on
like
the
they
28th,
evicted on the
and
28th,
they
but
said they'd be
hey,
there till the 30th.
yeah, I mean, I think that's
Can
how
you
it
add
should be.
that to the PO, Rocky?
I don't know. I mean, I don't get into that very often. You guys do all the premium stuff. I mean, as far as the PO goes itself,
Okay,
you guys sign it. I don't even see it until you get it all done.
yeah, okay.
So-
I think we have to do it on the back end with Tom's
Okay.
Web, with the software we use.
Yeah.
Okay,
And do it on, I didn't follow, do it in software.
yes, because we,
Like the
we have a
dates.
software program that we use, so, I'll just have to ask them to manually change it up for us. That's
Well, I'll
fine.
put the language together
Yep.
here while we're sitting
Okay.
here, and I'll just handwrite it and hand it to you. and you
Okay.
can do it. But I think it is important, like you say, to get dates.
Yeah.
Dates of
Yeah.
tenancy or,
Yeah, when it's
And it'll
covered.
be only for the tenant POs rather than utilities or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
Correct.
Is there something we ought to be thinking about there?
No, I mean, it only applies to,
With, if
Landlord.
they're utilities, they go to the utility companies themselves and they already have a blanket agreement in the system that says that they will take this payment for this period of time.
And they've honored those.
yeah,
Yeah.
Duke has
The
a
utilities
basically,
probably aren't.
yeah, there's an
Aren't cheating
agency
on stuff.
portal that we pledge amounts and,
Okay.
yeah, and we have 60 days to pay, so they give us more leeway.
Where was this on the agenda?
In new business, shelter verification.
I think it's, I'm sorry, I think I added it later.
For the, oh, it's not there.
So this is,
But it was in the posted agenda, yes.
And would you designate that as a separate purchase order type? In other words, purchase order for shelter? In other words, so it doesn't get mixed in with the wrong purchase order, or how, I don't know how.
No, it's just a general purchase order.
But then you don't want that language on all purchase orders. Because it wouldn't make sense on some.
We only use it for landlords.
Oh, so you don't have okay, this isn't your
Oh,
generic
oh.
purchase
Yeah.
order that you use.
Yeah, it's just the landlord
For
one.
buying,
Mhm.
for buying.
We do
Yeah.
have PO, we do have POs for,
If this doesn't get my hair
a
clean
utility.
in 30
Yeah, but we don't
days,
send
I'm
them to
coming
them.
after you. Yeah.
Oh, you don't get the signatures on it.
We don't get
It
signatures
just
on it.
tells me how much the money is.
Correct,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Okay. Next line.
I'll get
Are
it
you
done.
good, Susan? You need more time?
I'm caught up.
Okay. Finance. We're doing credit card statements.
Yep, I have that on the back table for you.
I saw them all.
Um,
First merchant.
see here.
This is what, yeah.
Yeah, so credit card statements I put there. The year-to-date disbursements are in that OneDrive file. I didn't print it because it basically does a breakdown
Yeah.
of all those balances. What I would watch out for would be our township assistants. As you know,
I got 2 copies for you, Susan, if you want. I grabbed too many.
I did not print the year-to-date disbursements just because
Yeah.
there's 5 of them. But I would ask you to look at, pay close attention to our direct township assistants. That's where we're running low
Low on.
at this time this year, and even with the additional appropriation. I didn't print it,
Do you think
Susan.
we're
It's in
gonna
the
have to do
file
another one before?
before the end of the
Okay.
year. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, given the expenses with utilities
Okay.
and given how fast we're
So should
spending
we prepare
shelter.
for that for next meeting, or when do you think? Like, when do you think?
I'm thinking probably
November. Okay.
because
That's
we'll get a better sense of where,
okay,
where
where we are there.
where we'll be towards the end of the
Okay.
year.
So we're
Closer-
gonna expect that, which
closer-
we knew.
Yeah, closer we get to the end of the year, the easier it is to make an estimation of how much we actually.
That makes sense because what's left over, and we can kind of estimate.
Yeah.
Okay. We knew that was coming. I mean, it's just what happens.
And then I did print my trustee report and activity logs.
Yeah.
You'll
this is my
see that.
favorite part.
You'll see in the activity logs, just the rate of phone calls has exploded. In the activity log in July,
Oh, man.
July, it was like over 1,000 calls that we received.
Whew. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Here's the activity logs.
I thought I grabbed that, but I didn't.
1260.
That's a lot.
And if you, just looking
For
at our
July.
year to date, as far as requests for the year, we're over 600
Yeah.
requests for financial assistance. We have funded about half of those requests.
Yeah.
So there's about a half, 50% denial, close to 50% denial
Which
rate.
I feel like when we kind of looked at the numbers before, that's kind of how it was before. This, obviously the numbers are way higher, but it was about
Mhm.
a half denial rate. Kind of.
Yeah, and we've given more than $200,000 in direct township assistance. Just on a side note, I did have an appeal at the county commissioners last week, and I was chastised by one of the commissioners for the number of appeals that are headed to them.
Yeah.
What,
They're mad.
and what,
Byers was mad.
what's the, what does he think you should give? This is a valid question.
Yeah.
What does he think the alternative is?
I don't know. I told them I didn't want to be afraid to deny people.
Yeah.
I mean, this is their recourse, is to go through the appeal
I feel like you
process.
haven't had that many appeals, correct?
We have. I mean, and as he told me, more than anybody else ever. But I also-
how many people have we had? Like, I mean, there's a number of. We have more people asking.
That's what I
Then
told him.
so,
I said,
like,
but
we,
we also
yeah.
have the most requests out of anybody.
Yeah. So.
And I said, I don't want to be afraid to deny people.
Yeah.
So
Is
So
he just
the-
mad because he has to do more work when he gets appeals? Is that like?
I
a thing?
guess and show up earlier because they're like at 8:30 in the
Who cares?
morning.
Oh, well.
And but like today, I had a call from somebody we denied because she was over income, and then after her denial, she's telling me, "Oh, there's more people in her household." And I said, "I'm still upholding the denial." And she said, "I'm going to appeal it." And I said, "Okay,
Okay.
that's your right."
And
But
that feels very that.
yeah, but then there's that like hesitation
I get
in me,
it,
like,
because of
"Oh,
him.
yeah, Byers is going to give me a hard time again because
Well,
he's getting
guess what?
another denial."
Guess what? He runs for that office.
Yeah.
That's part of his job.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So just wanted you to be aware
Yeah.
that I did get that note from Byers about how
Be
many
interesting
appeals.
to come up with some sort of percentage. You got the records.
I do have the records
Really?
for it. So when I go see him next for the next appeal, I'm going to tell him this is the number of requests I've gotten. These are the number of households we have helped. Here's our denial rate. And
Yeah.
It's important to make that point. He may not be aware because I believe his wife
Yes,
was
correct.
a trustee.
for
and I
Wabash.
doubt if she received nearly as many requests.
Correct.
Over
for-
600
Yeah.
Given
Yeah.
the percentages and stuff. they
Yeah, we're
show
hitting
them.
some records.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And the history that I've seen is back in
Does he, when there's an appeal, is he usually side with you? I'm assuming he sees that you do your due diligence and why you.
for the most part. The
Yeah.
last one they remanded back to us,
Uh-huh.
which is fine.
Something,
You know.
it's something that happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah,
Are they
so
familiar with the guidelines?
they have the guidelines. Yes, they're filed with the county.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Sorry, he has to do his job.
And
Keep going.
I just want to go over the
Yeah,
trustee
you can have that because I
report. Yeah,
actually
sorry.
grabbed two of
Okay.
that too.
We did get an ADA report. I had a ADA evaluation of our public buildings, so this building and next door.
Oh, okay.
That report is in that folder, that OneDrive folder. There are no costs associated with what we would need to do to make the buildings ADA compliant. But it does serve as a basis for whatever capital improvement funds we want to do. My priority, my concern is the front door.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did reach out to a company, an outfit in Indianapolis to come and look at it.
See what
We
could
haven't,
do.
yeah, to
Okay.
see what we could
Is there
do.
a back entrance that is?
No,
That's it.
It's even worse, I think.
Yeah.
It's even
seems
worse. There's a
physical
step.
steps. Yeah.
there's a step. Yeah.
Would we have to go through the historical thing if we have
Oh,
to?
you're
question.
probably right. Because it is a historic building.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they make great leeway for that.
Yeah, they would. I mean, if not,
But you're
I'll.
probably right, you'd have to at least. check.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, just to
Yeah.
keep that in mind. And
Yeah,
then
thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
I completely spaced that out. So
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for
we don't want
for the
Sean to
reminder.
snap you on the wrist.
I think also the focus is for what she's looking at, she wants to make it okay for clients coming in. The ADA, the other recommendations he made, the report made, talked about if we had employees. We don't have that issue.
Yeah,
with the
but we
current
could.
employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one step at a time.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
Just an update. We have been doing repairs at Greenbush,
Yeah.
as you noted.
Yeah, the sidewalk,
on
yeah.
next door
Yeah.
that showed up. So,
It looked great. So.
yeah, AB Valencia fixed the sidewalk in front of the maintenance
Yeah. Where that
shed
tree was.
where
yeah.
the tree was, and they took the tree out. So it looks nice. I took the truck to get an oil change, which turned out to be like a 4-hour ordeal because I had to take it to the dealership, and then it took them forever to get it fixed. So I had no way of getting back, so I was kind of stranded. But it was fine.
Yeah. Take
Ri-
an Uber next time, girl.
Yeah, the staff were wondering where I
Where-
was because they're
I'm
like, she
stuck
went
here."
to get
Yeah.
an oil change and she never came back. I was like, well, I was stranded.
Yeah.
We've done some preventative maintenance at the shelter house. We had
Okay.
Summers come over and because we have a package with them.
Oh, perfect.
And then you've seen the increase in assistance requests, particularly around utility.
Yeah.
And then Brandy and I are part of a housing stability task force that came out of those conversations that United Way hosted.
Oh, yes.
And then I do want to let you know that Dan put in his notice, so
Okay.
he's not returning to work.
I thought maybe. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so we are using a temp from Express, and he used to own his own business doing this kind of work, maintenance work. So he's a really
He's a good
go-getter. Yeah,
Yeah.
He tends to dominate. So
Okay.
even my regular guy,
Yeah.
he kind of works circles around him, and
That's good. That's what that cemetery kind of needs. 'cause
and
all
he's
that-
very vocal about you need to do this and you need to fix this and you need to
That's good.
do the PM and don't forget
Yeah.
this other stuff. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, so he's been good for us, but again, he's a temp worker, so he'll be gone by end of November.
Okay.
Some of the outreach events I attended, Rose and I volunteer for the Buddy Guy concert. I was a reader for Freedom School on the West Side. They do like a 8-week program for kids.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
So Freedom School, it pays homage to the Black Panthers Freedom Schools, which were centered around like teaching Black kids their own history and stuff like that. This basically it's very diverse. It's at the church way on the west side. Dwayne is the pastor there. Carlisle.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah,
And
so
they-
it's basically like a summer enrichment program, and they have
What age is that?
I saw little ones from
Probably K through 12.
yeah,
I'm assuming.
yeah, and then they had counselors, like youth counselors. So
Oh,
they
cool.
have people from the community come and read to the kids.
Oh, yeah,
So they had
that's
like
cool.
Mayor Easter read to them,
Oh,
and you
fun.
could just sign up to volunteer. Anybody could do
I think
that.
a lot of schools do that, don't they? Like where you can come in and read. Yeah.
Yeah, but this was for the summer
this for-
program. So I signed up to read, and they have a stack of books. So I chose a book about a border family. So,
Oh.
and there were kids in there who spoke Spanish, and a lot of the kids actually knew basics like how to greet me and stuff like that.
Cute.
And they train them to like teach. They asked me questions like, "What was your favorite part of the story?" And
Yeah.
yeah, it was very cute. And they do chants and stuff, and
Nice.
they have the celebrity reader like dance around and stuff, like the Jennifer
Oh,
Hudson
cool.
show. So I had a little kid tell me,
That's funny.
"This is where you get to
To
dance."
dance.
It's very cute.
That's cute.
Rose and I did a shift at Food Finders at the Fresh Market to volunteer, and then the Recovery Cafe invited me to do a presentation on township assistance.
Okay.
They do what they call a resource spotlight. So they invite different agencies to come into the Recovery Cafe and talk to their clients about.
Weren't they one
What
of
that
the ones we asked
agency-
to come? We asked them to come here. Or was that someone
Yes,
else? Okay.
Lindsay didn't show. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like we were going to give them money.
Yeah.
I just wanted her to explain about the
Explain.
recovery community.
Okay.
But yeah, so she asked, I went.
Okay.
I went and talked to them. I'm part of the LTHC communications committee that came out of my internship at LTHC.
Okay.
I think I'm going to drop it though, because
Okay.
that's just another
Another thing.
I attended an eviction hearing for somebody who ended up not being our client, who got embroiled with Harry Moeller. Harry was trying to get $25,000 out of him. This is an Indian national who'd come back home to take care of his mother. I mean, it was very complicated. So
Yeah.
he came over and we talked through, and I just went with him to the hearing. And
Yeah.
he'd never gone through this process before. He was so scared of going to jail, and I was like, "You're not
Yeah.
going to jail."
Because that sounds scary.
It is
That's
very
always scary.
scary.
Money,
Yeah, and Harry changed the locks and kicked him out, and it was a whole thing. So I went with
That's
him to
illegal.
kind of walk him through that process.
Okay.
Yeah. Barb Kanako, who's the Washington Township Trustee, organized a meeting between township trustees and legislators. So we met at the library, and we had Sheila Klinker, Ron Altine, Spencer Deary, Tracy, our commissioner, come and meet with us to talk about, what are their concerns, what are they hearing, what's coming up for township trustees, what's the legislature doing. They were very non-committal, like, I don't know, you guys need a change. You need to
So
modernize.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. And those are the meetings I
All the
attended.
meetings. Okay.
What did they mean when they said modernize?
That was from Spencer Deary. He's very wonky. He sees townships as being outdated forms of government.
It's probably because he only sees smaller townships. I mean,
But there is a sense with the legislators that we're dinosaurs and don't serve a purpose.
do they want to help the people we help?
Well, when you
right? Like, do they want
when you hear buyers say,
do they want to answer 1,200 calls in July about people needing assistance? I don't know. Like,
I mean, when buyers tells me don't send them any more appeals, apparently not. They don't want that job.
okay, well, cool.
So, yeah, that happened.
Okay. Anything else?
We met with Duke,
Yes,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you.
and
I'm sure that went well.
I think it's important that we understand that there's a good, the 47904 and 47901 zip codes in Lafayette are at a 95% risk for heat-related illnesses relative to other places in the US. We had those huge increases in utility assistance, and the Duke area representative took from Monica
The account side.
the accounts, the people that requested assistance, and she saw that they had a 200 to 400% increase
Yeah.
in usage. Well,
20 to
20 to
40.
40% increase in usage during the period that they were requesting assistance. I guess you just gave them June
Correct.
people, and so during June this year, or the period for which their bill was they were asking for assistance. That at any rate, from June this
And
year
they can
to
look
June
backwards.
previous,
Mhm.
the period that they had that big increase. So that is because of the heat this summer,
Correct.
Yeah.
which was probably not an isolated instance.
Yeah.
And so that put our people, especially in the north end and the downtown area, they are at high risk. We were not able to get information from the fire department about increased runs during that period.
Heat related. They don't have a special category for that.
But if we could ask
They
them.
better change their.
Yeah.
Yes, they need to upgrade their.
They are doing an upgrade
Mhm.
next year that
Yeah.
should allow for that. But I think just having all of their emergency runs would be helpful, because I think if we see that maybe last year and this year for Fairfield Township, then we should be able to make some assumptions about what might have happened. So this is something that I think we would be an appropriate place for the township to think about services or infrastructure improvements that would help diminish the risk for those areas, and do that in collaboration with the city. So that's what we talked about.
Yeah. Don't they have a climate resiliency
Yes.
person? Maybe it's somebody we should talk to.
The
About,
city.
yeah.
Yeah.
To
her
talk
name's
about-
Haley
What
Griffin.
plans or actions they intend to do in the next few years.
Yeah. Are we talking like a cooling center? I'm not sure. What
I'm
we're
not
talking
sure.
About.
Yeah,
when
or
they
the
say-
splash pads or
Yeah.
Trees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are a big way to
Yeah.
to provide bioservices. And we are giving plenty of money to Tree Lafayette if they could focus on tree canopy in those areas that are especially identified by CDC as at highest risk. That would probably be appropriate.
Mhm.
So it's not just school lunches that are important.
Well, it's all of it, right?
Yes.
It's a holistic approach,
Yes.
but we want to feed our kids and we want to protect them too,
That's
which
right.
includes
That's right.
the
So
climate change.
it's-
Yeah,
Yes.
providing those protective factors for them. Sure.
Anything else before we move to the calendar? Okay. Yeah.
Just to let you know, I think Susan will get a kick. We bought an electric mower.
Thank you. Yeah, and indeed,
No.
the cart is electric as well, so I felt
Yeah,
like people
the cart.
were blowing smoke at me about the cart.
Hey, look, I'm not a
Yeah, I thought it
mechanical
was a gator.
person.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
So,
We want
That's
an electric weed eater, which has the ability of having other attachments
Oh, yeah.
Like trimming of the hedges and things like that.
Yeah.
It will save
The only-
money.
But the
Yeah,
other
not-
thing that we're doing is we're asking Rockcom to do a electrical assessment of the barn and make sure it can sustain, doing
The
all
batteries.
the batteries
Yeah.
and charging,
Okay.
and
And that's part of the. CIP
particularly during the winter
also.
time. Yeah.
Because the
Oh, yeah.
bathroom in there is atrocious and so is the heating, so we're gonna go that. But it's gonna be a partial, it's gonna be a backup right now only, because all we have is the batteries and they do take 3 or 4 hours to charge.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna go out there for an hour and then let it sit.
Yeah.
Well,
That's how I have to do my
Can you
yard.
buy additional batteries?
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Not yet.
All they're doing right now is, they're supposed to be coming, but right now they're only available for the US when they go out. And I'm unwilling to buy a bunch of smaller batteries that you then, there's plugs that go on the machine.
I
Dum, dum,
understand.
dum, dum. But they then will have as much
They're
power.
bigger. Yeah, I know. what you mean.
And so, what we'll do is, if we are buying we did buy a couple of batteries, but those are for the weed eater.
Yeah.
Attachments. And so, but when the other ones come through, the bigger ones again, we will buy some.
Okay.
But it's still gonna be a process of slowly building up our arsenal
Arsenal of batteries and
So,
electric
but that's
equipment.
that, and they're having fun though.
That's good.
And Rick is a big proponent of our
Like
temp.
that.
Yeah.
So, what do those guys do? Are they, in terms of being out in the heat, have they been working early or?
It comes in at
Rick
7,
comes in early.
7:30.
Charles just works less hours. And I also purchased cooling vests for them and also a commercial fan for them.
What
I've
happened
taken
to the
water.
other ones from last year?
What?
The vests from last year, do they only last so long?
Yeah, they weren't good
Oh,
anymore.
they don't last, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that works, but, the other advantage of getting the shed in better shape is that the batteries themselves, if we don't update the shed, the batteries are gonna have to come here during the winter.
Oh yeah, that's what I have. I have to move all of mine inside. Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
they get destroyed if you leave them in the cold. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Insulated cooler. I don't know for there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Rick has also, they've cleaned out the barn
Oh, good.
completely. Dan had a bit of,
hoardings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
yeah, so Rick has
Good.
made Charles just, hey, it's a rainy day, let's spend the day just cleaning it out, so.
Good. That's good. Okay. All right. So next public meeting, September 9th. Get on your calendars. Then we got a budget adoption meeting the 23rd. And I will be here. I promise.
So the public meeting, that's just a regular, or is that is a
That's our
budget
regular.
public meeting?
That's our regular one.
But it also includes
The
the
budget.
budget, yeah, so I think the way
Is that when
we've
we
done
see it?
it before, yes,
And
it's
then we
when we
adopt
see
it then in 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we have a public budget meeting to allow people to come and
Come and
comment.
comment.
This is the public budget.
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
The public. Yeah. Okay.
Hearing, actually.
Hearing.
technically Hearing.
Because we're like, here it
You gotta be
is.
hearing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as opposed to, this is a meeting, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
public hearing.
Now, Eric, do we do the hearing first, allow that
I would.
15 minutes
Yeah.
and then adjourn and then go into the
The
public
You don't have
meeting?
to adjourn.
We don't have to adjourn, we can just
You can
go
put
into.
it anywhere. My only suggestion is you always hear the public before you vote.
Yeah.
Sure,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
And otherwise, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
We
You should keep track of anyone who
Who
makes
does?
comment.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever had anyone before.
Yeah, you
No.
probably won't. but
Yeah.
you
No.
might.
But if we
Ask
do,
for their
Then
name.
be prepared. yeah.
We'll write it down.
Yeah.
We'll record it.
We did.
Okay.
Um,
And then your conference.
yes, Susan agreed to be a delegate for
Yeah,
us,
'cause I'll
a
be-
board
I
member
will-
delegate
yeah.
for us, and we are going to update our bylaws for the Indiana Township Association, so Susan gets to vote on that.
Yeah.
that office will be closed on the we're gonna be closed on the 23rd, right?
Correct,
But everybody's gonna be down there.
yeah.
Okay. Any public comments? No.
You said on the
Pops over
3rd or
Yeah.
23rd?
23rd.
23rd
Yeah,
is.
the office will be
The
closed.
23rd of August?
September.
September.
That's that part of the ITA conference. annual
The-
But
conference.
For the
but
day.
adoption is on the 23rd.
That's in the evening.
That's in the evening.
Yeah,
The
I'm coming,
office-
I'll drive back up for that and then have to head back
I
down.
know, that's the bummer. But
That's
it's,
okay.
it's like an hour.
Yeah.
Where is it? Downtown? in-
Noblesville?
Oh,
No,
so-
it's in Fishers. You're right.
So
It's in
you speed
Fishers.
45 minutes.
Fishers. No, it takes me an hour and
Do you take
10
52 to 47 to 421?
No.
That's how I go.
no, I take 65 to
You can go 80.
465 to 865.
Yeah, no, I avoid 65. Okay, sorry. Let's adjourn at 7:26.
Thank you.
I
Avoided 65 is
as much as you can. Is it death? Yeah, it's a death trap. So 7:26. I move to adjourn.
Second.
All approved.